Welcome back to Speak Smart, the podcast where we unpack everyday communication through a linguistic lens. I'm Tanisa, and today we're asking, do men and women really communicate differently? Or is that just a stereotype? If you've ever heard someone say women talk more than men or men are more direct, you've touched on one of the most controversial topics in sociolinguistics: gender and communication styles. One of the leading voices on this topic is linguist Deborah Tannen, whose book You Just Don't Understand became a bestseller in the 1990s. She introduced the idea of genderlects, a blend of gender and dialect, to describe how men and women often follow different conversational styles, not because of biology, but because of socialization. Tannen argues that for many women, conversation is a way to build connection. They tend to use language to create rapport, show empathy, and build relationships. For many men, conversation is a tool for asserting status or solving problems. They may be more likely to engage in rapport talk focused on facts, outcomes, and competition. Let's take an example. Imagine a woman shares a problem with a friend. She might expect empathy or shared experience. But if the listener is a man, he might respond by offering a solution right away, thinking that's the helpful thing to do. That mismatch often leads to frustration, even though both people mean well. But let's pause here. This isn't to say all men talk one way and all women another. Tannen herself emphasizes that these are patterns, not rules. Cultural background, personality, power, and context all play huge roles too. In fact, recent research shows that the differences within genders can be just as significant as those between them. Another dimension worth noting is power and workplace communication. Studies, including those from Harvard Business Review, show that women are more likely to hedge, use tag questions like "don't you think?" or say sorry more frequently. Men are often socialized to speak more assertively or interrupt more in group settings. But again, this often reflects social norms and expectations, not ability or intent. So what can we learn from all this? Well, for one thing, instead of judging others' speaking styles, let's notice them. And for another, instead of blaming gender, let's ask, what's the goal of this conversation? Connection or clarity? Support or solution? Understanding these patterns can help us navigate both personal and professional conversations with more empathy and awareness. That's all for today on Speak Smart. If this made you rethink how you communicate or how others communicate with you, share it with a friend or a colleague. And remember, it's not just what you say, it's how you understand what others mean. Catch you next time.